I didn't get yours yet.
No, that's English muffins. Yo.
Hey, Wyatt.
Okay, we're on C starts at radial symmetry, right?
Yeah.
Hold them up, back table. So much faster. Okay. Next question. What do invertebrates not have? So there's 4 choices on this one, so you need to make sure you hold up the right
I have it. I'm picking D. I'm slow. Basic E. You had before. Dude, Julian held up D and looked at him.
You're holding yours up so I can see it.
It's hurting. Mine's actually A.
There we go.
Wait.
Okay, last question for today.
Wait, you got mine?
Got everybody.
How'd you do that? It's called
Secret.
just.
Insects have 3 main body parts. True or false? Hold them above your head when you have the right answer you want.
See, got the heart and order. No, insects. Insects. What was it? It was B. What'd you get?
James. Okay, very good. Alright, enough with the fun technology for school. Now we gotta get to the lesson. So, in your science books, we're going to start
What do we do with
on, just keep them. Don't fold them up. When you guys,
Put them in your homework communicators.
yeah, put them in your homework folders so you don't lose them. We're gonna use them again. Okay, so we're a little pressed for time today, so we're going to open our science books up to page 28, section 1 of chapter 2. We'll see how fast we can get through this today. You guys might have to read a little bit on the bus, and homework might be actually do it at home. So, we'll see how fast we can get through it,
That's
okay?
for those of you leaving today.
The ones that are staying here, we have plenty of time. Don't worry. Okay. Everybody on the right page. Page 28, section 1, simple invertebrates. Humans and snakes have them, but octopuses and butterflies don't. What are they? Backbones. Animals that don't have backbones are called invertebrates. They make up about 96% of all animal species. So far, more than 1 million invertebrates have been named. Most biologists think that millions more have not been identified yet. Go ahead and start reading, Alondra.
Invertebrates come in many different shapes and sizes. Grasshoppers, crabs, earthworms, and jellyfish are examples of invertebrates. They're all very different from each other. Some invertebrates have heads and others do not. Some invertebrates eat fluid through their mouths. Others absorb fluid particles through their tissues. But all invertebrates are similar because they do not have backbones.
Invertebrates have three basic body plans with type of symmetry. Symmetry can be bilateral or radial. Some animals have no symmetry at all. Animals that don't have symmetry are
Asymmetrical.
asymmetrical. Most animals have bilateral symmetry. Figure 1 shows examples of this kind of symmetry.
Okay, let's look down at figure 1. There you have a picture of an ant, a picture of a starfish, and a picture of a sea anemone. The ant has bilateral symmetry. So what that means is both sides of the ant are the exact same. Each side has 3 legs, each side has an eyeball, each side has a part of the abdomen. So both sides are the same, it's a mirror image. Radial symmetry, that's the starfish. What that means is it's centered around the middle point. So if you stuck a pin there in the middle of it and went around it, everything would be based around that whole center part. So radial comes from radius, a math term. You guys are going to learn here if you haven't learned it yet. So, and then asymmetry, which is a sponge. Picture of the sponge there is asymmetrical. You can't draw a straight line to divide its body into 2 or more equal parts. Its body is not organized around the center, so it's just crazy. It doesn't have any lines of symmetry. Okay. All right. Gabby, pick someone else.
All I know, neurons and
Ganglia.
all animals except sponges have special tissues that make favorite called neurons. Neurons also allow animals to sense their environment. Neurons also carry messages around their body to control an animal action. Simple invertebrates have neurons arranged in network on nerve cords. Nerve cords are packed in neurons that carry a message along this
In some invertebrates, many nerve cells come together as
Ganglia.
ganglia. A ganglia?
Ganglia.
Sounds like a name. Ganglia is a concentrated mass of nerve cells. Each ganglia controls different parts of the body. A ganglia are connected by nerve cords. In complex invertebrates, ganglia are controlled by the brain. The brain is an organ that controls nerves throughout the body.
Okay, top one.
Almost all animals digest food in a gut. A gut is a pouch lined with cells that release chemicals that break down food into small particles. The cells in the gut then absorb the food particles. In complex animals, the gut is inside a coelom. A coelom is the body cavity that surrounds the gut. The coelom contains many organs such as the heart and lungs, but these organs are separated from the gut. This arrangement keeps gut movement from disturbing other body processes. Figure 2 shows an earthworm coelom.
Okay, so how is the coelom related to the gut? Alex?
The gut, or the coelom, it surrounds a gut.
Very good. See, like you can see in that picture there on the right of that worm, The coelom is that big. Hi, this is Chris Walton, doing my reflection for my first classroom management video over a lesson I taught today in my 6th grade classroom. After you watch my video of my lesson, there's probably a couple things you'll notice. First part, the beginning of the movie, I was in the process of doing a pre-quiz with the students. I was gathering information over the next chapter in science that we were going to be teaching. I was gathering information using a new application on my iPad and on one of the school's computers here. I started out using my cell phone to gather the information, and it wasn't working. My cooperating teacher let me borrow his iPad for the remainder of the information gathering quiz. That's kind of where the video started at, was when my cooperating teacher downloaded the app, and I started using his iPad to gather the rest of the information. What it was is an anonymous quiz that students hold up a letter, a little symbol, and you scan the symbol with the iPad and it will record their results over a pre-generated question that I had made that you could see on the projector screen, the smart board. So it's a pretty neat app. I just found it the other day. We had a lady come and she showed it to us, and I started using it, so it's pretty useful. But after that got over, we started going into our first section of the new chapter. During this time, the students always seem to get a little loud, a little rowdy. You can hear a lot of feedback coming from in the video. The camera, I took it, recorded the video on my iPad. I had it mounted above the whiteboard in the back of the room, and there's a lot of feedback and a lot of echo coming off that whiteboard, I think. So you can hear a lot of talking in the classroom. It's not as loud in the classroom as it would come to seem like in the video, but it is one thing that I do need to address more in the future, is keeping the volume to a minimum in the classroom and making sure that everyone's paying attention at all times. But as we transitioned into the first lesson, they did get a little rowdy, and had to pull them back a couple times to get the class attention back to the lesson at hand. I think there was a lot of outside factors going into the day today. In the 6th grade classroom here, 6th grade is considered junior high, so they get to compete in middle school sports. They were leaving at 1:30 to go to a basketball game. So they were all a little amped up and a little excited to get out of the classroom, and they were all ready to leave by the time they got back to the classroom from lunch and recess. So we went into the lesson. I was having them just take turns reading around the room, reading the lesson. There wasn't a whole lot of issues I was having during that time. The students always seem to behave really well when someone else is reading. They're quiet and following along for the most part. One strategy I have, if they do not know the place, I catch them repeated times not paying attention, they will copy the page that the paragraph from the page from the paragraph where the student was supposed to read. There was one student that didn't know where we were. Not that he didn't know, he was just a paragraph behind. I think he was reading ahead and wasn't really paying attention to where the main reader was at. So I didn't really hammer him too bad about that. It was just one of those things. I handed that sponge out, that natural sponge, to have them look at. So we're talking about invertebrates. They all seemed to enjoy that a little bit. I had to recall the class after they got done passing that around. They seemed to get a little loud. So quite a few things I need to work on. I need to work on keeping the volume down. Need to make sure everyone's paying attention at all times. Once again, I'm still trying to cut my teeth, so I have a lot of improvements to make, and analyzing the video a lot more, I'll find a lot more things that I need to improve on. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.